I'm Carol Andrews for another episode of Southwest TV News. Here are some of the stories coming up on today's show. It's been a long, cold winter on the prairies, and with several weeks of the season still ahead, wind chill values will play a factor in how long you'll be spending time outdoors. The Redneck Betties are busy training for their third season of roller derby action. And as these Swift Current women go through the various drills, two of their teammates have been selected for the first ever Team Saskatchewan roller derby team. A number of Swift Current swimmers are hoping to make their dream come true by attending the Canada Summer Games. Thanks for joining us here today. Over the past several days, Saskatchewan residents have been bracing bone-chilling temperatures. And in this report, we take a closer look at wind chill values. It's been a long, cold winter on the prairies, and with several weeks of the season still ahead, wind chill values will play a factor in how long you'll be spending time outdoors. According to national stats, approximately 100 Canadians die from exposure to the cold temperatures each year, with others suffering from hypothermia and frostbite. And depending on the severity of the wind, your skin can freeze in a matter of minutes. Therefore, by being aware of the weather forecast and taking a few simple steps, you can better prepare yourself for the cold elements.
To have that layered up look, we really know that in some of these very tough wind chills, that layered up look is really the way to go. And using, for example, such as mittens as opposed to gloves. You see, I mean, it's sometimes even just that little thing can make a big difference. And stay active. If you are caught in wind chill, I mean, the fact your body is a great heat engine and it can generate heat that can help you and endure those kinds of temperatures, and of course cover up, because we're talking about wind chill, about the freeze factor of exposed flesh. So you want as little of the flesh exposed as possible. And also wear a hat. My gosh, we lose about 50% of our body heat out of the top of our head.
Phillips goes on to advise that you should be aware of the differences between frostbite and more extreme cases.
Sometimes in a wind chill situation, you can't actually, you go beyond the feeling. It actually becomes, it's almost numb to you. And there's usually a color change. It goes from kind of from a white to a bit of a yellowish. It's also kind of hard. It's more than frost nip. Frost nip is just the skin freezing. But when you have tissue or bone or muscle below the surface that freezes, this is what generally leads to frostbite. And if somebody is clearly going to has frostbite, then clearly there's a need to provide medical attention to them.
And as far as any relief from the frigid temperatures we've experienced over the past several days, Phillips indicates there is a brighter forecast ahead.
We're calling it to be near normal conditions, which is certainly far better than what you've had, which has been colder than normal. This has been the winter quite unlike last year. Precipitation point of view, we see this as being also near normal. Our early indications for summer is going to be a warmer than normal summer. So perhaps if that is true, we're not always right and we do change our minds, but if that is the case, well, perhaps maybe this will help to cushion the kind of blow that this winter has been.
The short-term forecast for southwest Saskatchewan over the next several days calls for sunshine and above seasonal temperatures.
On this side wants to develop, and this person on this side wants to develop, and this one doesn't. What's the next bad word other than annexation? It's expropriation.
Being able to tell your story has become a critical issue for most businesses, but there are many choices to consider. The bottom line is you need to be able to connect with your customers, and nothing works better than video. Why do I say that? Take a look at this. Our company helps tell your story and provides you with a solution on how to market your business. Because making a great video is only half the equation. You have to know how to use it.
We have done a major.
Roller derby has been making a comeback over the past several years, and now two Swift Current players have made Team Saskatchewan. The Redneck Betties are busy training for their third season of roller derby action. And as the Swift Current women go through the various drills, 2 of their teammates have been selected for the first ever Team Saskatchewan roller derby team. Nikki Sherrington and Stephanie St. Cyr were named to the provincial team following tryouts earlier in January and are both looking forward to the challenges ahead.
Super excited though. It's a huge honor to be able to skate for the first Saskatchewan women's roller derby team. So I'm pretty stoked about it, and I'm loving the idea that I get to be a part of that.
I know that their goal is to actually be associated with, it's called WFTDA, it's the Women's Flat Track Roller Derby Association that is within the States. And they have standings, regionals, and then national. So I know that they want to sort of be part of that. So we'll be traveling in the States and also other provinces, because there's a couple other Canadian teams that are associated with that. So I think it's really good for our sport. I think it's good for the fans. If we can all be a part of that, have standings, playoffs, it kind of gives it a little bit more legitimacy, a little bit more excitement.
In addition to their regular training twice per week with the Bennies, Sherrington and St. Cyr will also train with Team Saskatchewan, along with adjusting their own lifestyle routines along the way to stay in shape.
I've definitely been trying to eat healthier, and I run a lot more now, just trying to keep up, and because I know it's going to be tough out there. There's some good, amazing skaters, especially, once we, being at this Team Saskatchewan. So we really have to try and watch what we're doing and watch what we're eating and practice a little bit harder and push ourselves a little bit more. So yeah, everything that we do is definitely going to play a role in it.
The first roller derby matchup for Team Saskatchewan is set for April 20th in Moose Jaw, an event which will set the trend for future bouts.
They're going to do a boot camp, junior game, rookie game. So it's, I think, all like Saskatchewan roller derby, that'll kind of be an exciting historical day, I think. So Team Sask is playing a team from Red Deer, and they actually, half their team was from Team Canada, so it'll be a really good matchup to see where we're at, how we compare to them, and put Saskatchewan on the map.
And for fans of the Redneck Betties, the Swift Current favorites will host 3 home events this season, including a 2-day lineup on July 6th and 7th at the iPlex, further shining the spotlight on women's roller derby action in the province. A number of local athletes are busy training in the pool with hopes of making the team for the Canada Summer Games.
Swimmers are busy training at the Aquatic Centre in Swift Current for their chance to compete at the 2013 Canada Summer Games in Sherbrooke, Quebec. Special Olympics swim coach Jackie Powell has her swimmers on their toes in order to take their swimming skills to the next level. Powell has been involved with Special Olympics for 18 years and explains how the athletes will be chosen for the Summer Games.
We get 2 male and 2 female from across the province. The chance that I'll get to look at the swimmers is the Swift Current meet at the end of February, and then the Special Olympic team will be picked in middle of April at a meet in Regina. So at that point, I don't know who is going to be our 4 swimmers, but we've got a couple here that are trying, and I think probably have a pretty decent chance of at least one of them making it.
The Canada Summer Games is a 16-day event starting August 2nd. And will feature 4,200 athletes from all over Canada. 2 local athletes that are competing for an invitation to the competition are Katie Durant and Janae Rutz, with Coach Powell noticing they both bring different skills to the table.
Katie brings a great deal of experience. She's been involved with Special Olympics for quite some time. She's been to a number of national competitions with the skating program, and she's gone to some provincial games with swimming. So this will be a step up for her as far as if she makes the team. It'll be no different for her as far as attending a national competition. And Janae's just kind of getting going with us, and this summer will also be her first provincial games, so it's a whole new experience for her, and from what I've seen of her with the few competitions that we've gone to, she'll fit in extremely well.
Powell has been selected to be one of Team Saskatchewan's coaches for the 3rd time, and realizes that with competition comes pressure. She has learned a lot over the last 18 years when it comes to getting her athletes prepared, and explains how she will help them attain their best form.
Well, we definitely increase our training time. Here in the next couple of weeks, we'll increase the amount of practice time that we have. because when we go away, we're going to be in the water just about every day, so they have to be ready that way. And just various different things. We'll probably be attending a couple different training camps and stuff throughout between February and August that will help them get ready for the event, and some strength training and some mental training like visualization, that kind of stuff.
In the coming weeks, these athletes will continue their training with hopes of achieving the ultimate goal of attending the Canada Summer Games. For Southwest TV News, I'm Scott Armstrong.
Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at mylocaltv.ca. And be sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.